Imagine this for a moment. It's a cold morning in February. A 72-year-old retired school teacher named Margaret walks into her neighborhood pharmacy to pick up her usual prescriptions. 3 pills she has taken for years. Pills that keep her heart steady, pills that keep her blood thin, pills that keep her alive. The pharmacist looks up from the computer screen. Her face changes. She lowers her voice and says, "Margaret, I'm so sorry. Your medication is no longer covered. The total today is going to be $847. Margaret feels the room spin. She has $312 in her checking account. Her Social Security check doesn't come for another 9 days. She thinks about her late husband. She thinks about her grandchildren. She thinks about choosing between her heart medication and her electric bill. She whispers, "But I have Medicare. They told me there's a cap. $2,100. I read it myself." The pharmacist looks at her with kind, tired eyes. "Ma'am, that cap only applies to drugs your plan still covers. They moved your medication off the list on January 1st. If your heart just dropped reading that, please don't go anywhere. Because what I'm about to tell you in the next few minutes could literally save you from this exact nightmare." Hello, my dear friend. I am June. I'm a senior policy analyst, and for years I've been helping retirees just like you navigate the rules that Medicare quietly changes when nobody is paying attention. Today, on Retirement Tax and Law Pro, I'm going to walk you through 5 major Medicare rules that changed on January 1st of 2026. 5 real changes confirmed by CMS, AARP, and the Kaiser Family Foundation. I will tell you exactly what changed, who is most at risk, and the 3 simple steps you can take this week to protect your coverage and your savings. And please, please, stay with me until the very end, because one of these 5 changes is the silent bankruptcy trap. It is the one I want every senior in America to know about. I'll reveal it in the final minutes of this video, and once you understand it, you'll know exactly how to defend yourself. So pour yourself a cup of coffee, get comfortable. Let me tell you about Margaret and the 5 rules that just changed under her feet. Margaret is 72. She lives in Cleveland, Ohio. She retired from teaching elementary school after 35 years. She gets a small pension. She gets Social Security. She has original Medicare with a standalone Part D drug plan she's used for 6 years. She thought she had everything figured out. But on January 1st, 2026, 5 things changed in Medicare, and nobody sent Margaret a personal letter explaining what they meant. Let me walk you through all 5, calmly, clearly, in plain English. Change number 1. The Part D out-of-pocket cap rose from $2,000 to $2,100. This is the cap on what you pay out of your own pocket for prescription drugs each year. Once you hit it, you pay $0 for covered drugs for the rest of the year. This is good news. It's a real protection. The 2025 cap was $2,000. The 2026 cap is $2,100. The maximum deductible on a Part D plan also rose. It's now $615, up from $590. But here is the catch, and I will come back to this at the end of the video because it is the bankruptcy trap. Change number 2. Your Part B premium went up. The standard Part B monthly premium rose to $202.90 in 2026. That is an increase of $17.90 per month, taken right out of your Social Security check. The Part B annual deductible also rose. It's now $283, up from $257. The Part A hospital deductible, if you're admitted to the hospital, is now $1,236 per benefit period, up from $1,276. And if your modified adjusted gross income from 2 years ago, meaning your 2024 tax return, was above $109,000 single or $218,000 married, you are now paying an additional IRMAA surcharge on top of all of this. At the top bracket, that surcharge alone is almost $600 more per month. Change number 3, and this one is actually good news. For the first time in history, Medicare has negotiated lower prices on 10 high-cost prescription drugs. These 10 drugs took effect January 1st, 2026. They include Eliquis and Xarelto for blood clots, Januvia, Jardiance, and Farxiga for diabetes, Entresto for heart failure, Enbrel and Stelara for autoimmune diseases, Imbruvica for cancer, and the insulins Novolog and Fiasp. CMS estimates this will save seniors $1.5 billion in out-of-pocket costs this year. every single Medicare Advantage plan and every standalone Part D plan is required to cover these 10 drugs at the new negotiated prices. If you take any of these medications, call your plan today and confirm you are paying the negotiated price, not the old retail price. Change number 4, and this one is huge. For the very first time in Medicare's history, Original Medicare is testing prior authorization. Prior authorization means you must get advance approval from a reviewer before your doctor performs certain procedures. Until now, this was something only Medicare Advantage plans did. Original Medicare did not. That was one of its biggest advantages. That has now changed in 6 states: Arizona, New Jersey, Ohio, Oklahoma, Texas, and Washington. CMS estimates up to 6.4 million Original Medicare beneficiaries in these 6 states could be affected. If you live in one of those states and you need certain surgeries, devices, or procedures, your doctor must now obtain prior authorization or the claim can be denied. The pilot is called WISER. It runs through December 2031. Margaret lives in Ohio. Margaret is one of the 6.4 million. Change number 5. Medicare Advantage benefits got smaller. 2 things happened. First, a special program called the Value-Based Insurance Design Model, VBD for short, was terminated on January 1, 2026. More than 7 million chronically ill and low-income Medicare Advantage enrollees lost extra benefits they relied on. Things like transportation to doctor appointments, food assistance, lower copays on chronic disease medications, all gone. Second, CMS now prohibits Medicare Advantage plans from offering certain extra benefits that don't directly improve health. Things like funeral planning, life insurance riders, hospital indemnity coverage, and certain food benefits. If you signed up for a Medicare Advantage plan partly because of these extras, check your 2026 plan documents carefully. Many of those benefits no longer exist. Now let me give you the 3 exact actions every senior should take this week. Step 1. Pull out your 2026 Annual Notice of Change letter. Your plan was required to send this to you in September of 2025. It lists every change to your coverage, your premium, your formulary, and your provider network. If you can't find it, log into medicare.gov or call your plan directly. Read every page. Make a list of your prescription drugs. For each one, confirm 3 things. Is it still on the formulary? What tier is it on now? And does it require prior authorization? If any of your medications were moved off the list or moved to a higher tier, you have options, but you need to act fast. Step 2. Call your free state health insurance assistance program, known as SHIP. The number is 1-877-839-2675. SHIP counselors are trained, certified, and completely free. They have no commission. They are not insurance agents. They will sit on the phone with you, look at your specific medications, and tell you whether a different Part D plan would cover your drugs better. They can also help you file an SSA 44 form if your income dropped. That's the form that can lower your IRMAA surcharge if you had a life-changing event like retirement, loss of a spouse, or loss of a pension. Step 3. If you live in Arizona, New Jersey, Ohio, Oklahoma, Texas, or Washington, talk to your doctor before any planned procedure or surgery. Ask them directly, is this procedure on the WISER prior authorization list? If yes, make sure your doctor's office submits the prior authorization request and gets approval in writing before the procedure. Get a copy of the approval. Keep it in a folder. Without that approval, Medicare can deny the entire claim. And Original Medicare has no out-of-pocket maximum. You could be responsible for the full bill. Now, before I let you go, I promised I would reveal the one change that could bankrupt you, the silent trap, the thing nobody is talking about loudly enough. Here it is. That beautiful $2,100 Part D cap I told you about, the one that says you pay $0 after you hit it, it only applies to drugs your plan covers. It does not apply to drugs that have been removed from the formulary. It does not apply to drugs moved to non-covered tiers. And here is what insurance companies quietly did when the new cap took effect. Many of them tightened their formularies, moved expensive drugs to higher tiers, added more prior authorization requirements, and in some cases, removed specialty drugs entirely. If you take a cancer drug, a biologic, an injectable, or a specialty medication, and your plan removes it from coverage in 2026, you could be staring at $10,000, $20,000, even $40,000 per year in out-of-pocket costs. None of that counts toward the $2,100 cap. None of it is protected. That is the real bankruptcy risk hiding inside the 2026 Medicare changes. This is why step 1, pulling out your annual notice of change letter, is so important. You cannot wait. You cannot assume your plan still covers the same medications it covered last year. You cannot trust the headlines. You have to look at the document yourself, page by page. And if you find your medication is no longer covered, here is what to do. First, ask your doctor if there is a clinically appropriate substitute that is on your plan's formulary. Second, file a formal coverage exception request with your plan. You have the legal right to do this, and your doctor must support it with a statement of medical necessity. Third, if denied, appeal. The Medicare appeals process has 5 levels, and the early levels are completely free. My friends, this is one of the most important Medicare updates I have ever shared. The rules changed on January 1st. CMS does not call you personally. Your plan does not highlight the changes that hurt you. The headlines focus on the good news, the negotiated drug prices, and they bury the prior authorization and formulary changes deep in the fine print. Please, do not rely only on YouTube notifications for important updates like this. Go directly to the official sources: Medicare.gov for plan details, SSA.gov for IRMAA and benefit questions, KFF.org for the clearest, most honest, plain English explanations of policy changes, AARP.org for senior-specific guidance. Bookmark them all. Check them at least once a month, and if you found even one piece of information in this video that helps you or someone you love, please share it. Send it to your sister. Send it to your neighbor. Send it to the friend from church who just signed up for a new Medicare Advantage plan and doesn't yet know what changed. Because the truth is, most seniors in America will never read the annual notice of change letter. Most will only find out something changed when they walk into the pharmacy, like Margaret did, and the price has tripled. You deserve better than that. I am June. Thank you for trusting me with your time today. Take care of yourselves, take care of your coverage, and I will see you in the next video right here on Retirement Tax and Law Pro.